As the world welcomed the final hours of 2025, BTS member Jin once again proved why his connection with fans remains one of the most genuine in the global music industry. On December 31st, Jin surprised ARMYs worldwide by sharing a deeply emotional New Year message that quickly spread across social media, touching millions with its warmth, sincerity, and quiet strength. The message, posted through his official social media and fan community platforms, reflected on the year that had passed, a year filled with growth, challenges, and meaningful milestones for both Jin and his fans. Rather than focusing solely on achievements, Jin chose a more personal tone, expressing gratitude, humility, and reassurance to those who have supported him unconditionally. "Thank you for staying with me through every season," Jin wrote. "Even on days when I couldn't say much, I always felt your presence. I hope the coming year brings you peace, health, and moments that make you smile without effort." The simplicity of his words struck a powerful emotional chord. Within minutes, fans across the globe began sharing translations, screenshots, and heartfelt reactions. Hashtags related to Jin's New Year message quickly trended worldwide, dominating platforms such as X, Twitter, Weverse, and Instagram. Many fans described the message as comforting, healing, and exactly what they needed as they closed the year. What made the message even more meaningful was its timing, coming at the end of a year filled with major milestones, including Jin's solo activities, global recognition, and the release of major projects. The message felt like a quiet moment of reflection amid success. Rather than celebrating achievements, Jin focused on emotional connection, reminding fans that growth does not always have to be loud. Industry observers noted that this kind of sincere communication is part of what continues to set Jin apart. His ability to speak directly to fans without excessive production or scripted language reinforces the bond he has built over the years. Many praised him for maintaining authenticity even as his global influence continues to expand. Fans also noticed the gentle optimism in his words. Jin spoke about looking forward to the future with hope, hinting at new beginnings while encouraging ARMY to take care of themselves in the year ahead. Though he did not reveal specific upcoming projects, his message left many anticipating what lies ahead in 2026. As the clock struck midnight in many parts of the world, Jin's message became a shared moment of comfort and reflection for millions. It was not just a New Year greeting, but a reminder of the emotional connection between artist and fans, one built on sincerity, gratitude, and mutual support. Once again, Jin closed the year not with spectacle, but with heart, reminding everyone why his presence continues to resonate far beyond the stage. As reactions continued to pour in, many fans noted how Jin's message carried a sense of maturity and quiet strength that reflected his personal growth over the past year. Rather than dramatic words or grand promises, his message focused on presence, gratitude, and emotional honesty, qualities that have long defined his relationship with ARMY. For many, this sincerity made the message feel deeply personal, as if it were written for each individual fan rather than a global audience. Across online communities, fans shared how Jin's words resonated with their own experiences throughout the year. Some spoke about finding comfort after a difficult year, while others expressed gratitude for the emotional stability his presence had provided. The phrase, "Thank you for staying with me," became one of the most quoted lines from his message, with fans interpreting it as a quiet acknowledgement of the mutual support between artist and fandom. Industry insiders also noted how Jin's communication style has evolved since his earlier years. Where his messages once carried a playful and light-hearted tone, his recent words reflect deeper self-awareness and emotional maturity. This evolution mirrors his artistic growth, especially following his solo activities and global recognition throughout 2025. Rather than distancing himself from fans as his profile grew, Jin appeared to draw closer, choosing sincerity over spectacle. The message also reignited discussions about Jin's future direction. While he did not explicitly announce upcoming projects, subtle hints within his words, such as references to new stories and chapters yet to be written, sparked speculation among fans. Many believe that 2026 may mark a new creative phase, possibly including music, acting, or special fan-focused projects that align with his reflective tone. As midnight passed in several time zones, fans continued to share screenshots of Jin's message alongside heartfelt letters of their own. Fan cafes, social media timelines, and community forums were filled with messages expressing gratitude not only towards Jin, but also toward fellow fans who have shared the journey with them. The atmosphere felt less like a celebrity announcement and more like a collective moment of closure and hope. By the end of the day, Jin's New Year message had become one of the most discussed posts among global fandom communities, proving once again that his influence extends beyond charts and accolades. In a world often defined by noise and speed, Jin's quiet sincerity stood out, reminding everyone that sometimes the most powerful messages are the simplest ones. As fans look ahead to the coming year, one thing remains certain. Wherever Jin's path leads next, millions will continue walking alongside him, inspired by the warmth, humility, and authenticity he continues to share with the world. As the conversation around Jin's message continued to grow, many fans began reflecting on how deeply his words mirrored their own personal journeys throughout the year. Social media platforms were filled with stories of people who found comfort in Jin's sincerity during difficult moments, students facing pressure, workers enduring exhaustion, and fans navigating personal loss. For many, his message felt less like a celebrity statement and more like a quiet reassurance from someone who truly understands the weight of emotional endurance. Cultural commentators also highlighted how Jin's approach stands out in an industry often driven by constant promotion and spectacle. Instead of emphasizing achievements or future projects, his New Year message focused on emotional presence and human connection. This simplicity, experts noted, has become one of Jin's defining strengths. In an era dominated by fast content and short attention spans, his ability to slow the moment down resonated deeply with audiences worldwide. The response from international fans further demonstrated the global reach of his influence. Translations of his message quickly appeared in multiple languages, spreading across platforms such as X, Weverse, Instagram, and fan cafes within minutes. Hashtags related to Jin and his New Year message trended in several countries, with fans sharing personal letters, artwork, and video edits inspired by his words. Many described the moment as a shared emotional pause before stepping into the new year. Music critics also weighed in, noting that Jin's quiet confidence and emotional intelligence have increasingly defined his public image. Rather than relying on grand gestures, he continues to build trust through authenticity. Some analysts suggested that this approach may shape the direction of his future releases, potentially leaning toward more introspective themes that reflect growth, gratitude, and personal storytelling. As midnight passed in more regions around the world, fans continued to celebrate not only the arrival of a new year, but also the sense of reassurance Jin had offered. His message became a symbolic bridge between the past and the future, acknowledging the challenges behind while gently encouraging hope for what lies ahead. By the end of the day, it was clear that Jin's New Year message had become more than just a seasonal greeting. It served as a reminder of the unique bond between artist and audience, built on sincerity, patience, and shared emotion. As 2026 begins, many fans carry his words with them, seeing them not just as a message from an idol, but as a quiet promise of continued connection in the year to come. As the days following the new year unfolded, the emotional impact of Jin's message continued to ripple through fan communities worldwide. What began as a simple greeting evolved into an ongoing conversation about resilience, gratitude, and emotional honesty. Many fans revisited the message repeatedly, finding new meaning in its calm reassurance each time they read it. Several fan communities organized online discussions dedicated solely to interpreting Jin's words, sharing personal reflections, and expressing how deeply the message resonated with their own life experiences. For some, it symbolized closure after a difficult year. For others, it became a quiet source of motivation to move forward with renewed strength. The collective response highlighted how deeply Jin's sincerity connects with people beyond music or performance. Industry insiders also pointed out that Jin's ability to communicate with such emotional clarity has become one of his most defining qualities as an artist. While many idols rely on high-energy promotions or dramatic announcements, Jin's strength lies in emotional transparency. His message did not demand attention, it earned it. This understated approach has gradually shaped a public image rooted in trust, warmth, and authenticity. The timing of the message also played a significant role in its impact. Released at a moment when many reflect on personal growth and future hopes, Jin's words felt almost like a companion for transition. Fans described reading the message during quiet moments, late at night, during long commutes, or while spending time alone, where its gentle reassurance felt especially meaningful. As discussions continued, some observers noted that Jin's message subtly reflected his evolving artistry. His words carried the same emotional restraint and sincerity often found in his solo work, suggesting a deeper alignment between his music and personal philosophy. This cohesion, fans believe, is what makes his presence so comforting and his influence so enduring. By the end of the week, the message had become more than a seasonal greeting. It was a shared emotional experience that connected millions across cultures and languages. Jin's ability to offer comfort without grand statements once again demonstrated why his bond with fans remains uniquely powerful. As anticipation builds for what lies ahead in the coming year, one thing is certain: Jin's quiet sincerity continues to leave a lasting imprint, reminding fans that sometimes the most meaningful moments are found not in spectacle, but in simple, heartfelt words.